Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is a new chapter to my book. My book is called 71 Powerful Writing Habits You Can Learn from Self Publishing 91 Books. This is chapter 19, and I'm bolding it now. And it's called 19. It's called Express Yourself Honestly, but don't force things down people's necks. If you want to be a success as a writer and not get negative reviews and turn people off from your books and have them refuse to read your books anymore, you want to make sure you don't force things down people's necks. I remember a couple of years ago when Trump was in office, uh, Donald Trump used to get a mention in every one of my books. I had a way of bringing Donald Trump into illustrations in my books and letting people know I really love Donald Trump and I really admire him. To some of you readers, um, sharing that may have upset you, but because I've been honest and transparent throughout this book, you can forgive me and know that I'm just crazy and I've been brainwashed by right wing extremists, and I can be forgiven for my faulty politics. Um, but if you went on and on about the right wing agenda and you were pushing the right wing agenda and you make a point of always speaking about politics and bringing political illustrations into the points that you're making that don't necessarily have political ramifications, and you're just using your politics to force feed people and shove stuff down their necks, people won't be impressed with that. It's quite okay to uh, express yourself honestly and give illustrations and share with a person that you don't believe in abortion, and you'd never have an abortion with a wife, but you can understand people who are desperate, and you can understand people who are put in a hard position who choose to have an abortion. You could be really forceful talking about your Christian belief that says life is sacred and people shouldn't be committing an abortion. But if you go on and on about it and say that abortion is murder and you won't be forgiven for that, and God doesn't like abortion, and the whole suffering of the United States is because God has taken his hand off America because they've committed so much abortion, and God is angry with America, and that's why it's suffering so much. If you go on and on with ideas like that, you're going to turn your audience off and lose your audience. It's quite okay to let people know that you're a liberal and you're left wing and you wholeheartedly agree with abortion, but you would be mistaken to think that you could continue to press your views on your readers and force your views down your readers' necks. And so there's a fine line about between being transparent and honest and being obsessive and domineering and forceful with people's opinions. People need to consider the facts that you're presenting. People need to have your points, explain to them through the use of illustrations, but be careful not to use too many illustrations that can be construed as your way of trying to force people into a position that they're not willing to take. I think I've done a really good job so far with this book as a passionate, born-again, Pentecostal, tongue-speaking Christian, not to express so many of my Christian views and turn people off. And I've tried my best to explain each of the points made by each of these chapter titles in the context of my Christian faith and the fact that I write to a Christian audience. And I think I've done a good job of not forcing my Christianity down people's necks, but people would be excused by me if they think that I had. This book could be a whole lot more religious and more suited to Christians than anyone else. And I could target Christians with this book and make an express point of educating Christians how to make a better impacting non-fiction book. But I've chosen to address this to people who want to write non-fiction, irrespective of what they believe in. I hope that this chapter, although it's short, has been informative to you, and you've learned a lesson in it.